I'm Jesse McAnally.
And I'm Andrew DeWolf.
And I'm Brianna Jones.
And welcome to Musicals with Cheese, a podcast where I try to get Andrew and Brie to like musical theater. And today, you guys, we are welcoming a guest. I won't put it at special guest.
Not a special guest this time,
considering
huh,
what they've put us through over the years.
Can you give us a rundown real quick, Jess? What happened here?
Andrew, let's just think of the worst things we've ever covered. We Will Rock You.
Yeah, I remember that one. That was a great one.
Joe, maybe you can chime in with other ones. I know that one was bad.
Fame. Starlight Express.
Starlight Express, your favorites?
Good stuff so far.
So just please join us in welcoming the bane to our existence here at Musicals with Cheese. It's Joseph Evans Green. Hey.
Yay!
So, Joe, how are you doing today? After all these many months on our Patreon, you finally decided to hop on and do the full guest experience. How are you feeling today?
Wonderful.
Just wonderful.
Just absolutely wonderful. I might even call it dreamy. This week, we are talking about Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. Cue the music, Brie!
Joseph's luck was really out, his spirit and his fortune low. Alone he sat, alone he thought of happy times he used to know.
Hey, dreamer, don't be so upset. Hey, Joseph, you're not beaten yet.
Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat is a musical written by Tim Rice with music and lyrics by Andrew Lloyd Webber and Tim Rice based on the story of Joseph in Genesis. It first premiered as a 15-minute pop cantata at the College Court School in London in 1968 and was published by Novello and recorded in an expanded form by Decca Records in 1969. After the success of the next Lloyd Webber and Rice piece, Jesus Christ Superstar, Joseph received an amateur stage productions in the U.S. beginning in 1970, and the first American release of the album was in 1971. The musical had its professional premiere as a 35-minute musical at the Haymarket Ice Rink during the Edinburgh International Festival in 1972. It was part 2 of a Bible 1, a young Victorian theater company production presented by the National Theatre of Great Britain. While still undergoing many various modifications and expansions, the musical was produced in the West End in 1973. In 1974, its full modern format was performed at the Haymarket Theatre and you're going to have to correct me if I'm wrong, Joseph, Leicester, and was recorded that year. The musical was mounted on Broadway in 1982, several major revivals, national tours, and a 1999 direct-to-video film starring Donny Osmond followed. The plot of Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat is Joseph is sold as a slave by his brothers because of his ability to explain people's dreams. When the Pharaoh calls on him to break down a dream, Joseph predicts a famine and is made the Pharaoh's second-hand man. When the famine hits, Joseph's brothers come to him for relief and to have to pass a test to prove that they have changed before he'll forgive them. How many of those words did I mispronounce, Joseph?
It's pronounced Leicester.
Why are there so many consonants in there?
I have no idea.
Fair enough.
Lester.
But Joseph, you are the one that requested this, as we stated previously. What is your history with Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, and why did you choose this?
Well, I chose it because, I have a reputation, and this is the musical that best reflects that. You know what I mean?
Okay. What's the reputation that you're trying to uphold?
Yeah, elaborate on that, please.
I've always requested shows that have certain loudness to them, like Starlight Express.
That's fair. You also just tend to like the UK poppy kind of fun musicals that we tend to not respect as much as a lot of folks in the UK.
Yeah. Hit the nail on the head.
Yeah. And Andrew, you have a slight history with this show. Why don't you elaborate on that?
Yeah, this is the best show that has ever been made and ever put on stage. There is no show that is better than it, and it is a joy to watch every time.
For those of you wondering, we did a commentary on this about 2 years ago, and I thought, it'll be a great, we'll hate watch it. And then Andrew just unironically fell in love with this show.
This show is incredible. I think that it is actually great.
Then explain the plot to me, Andrew. Please explain what happens in this musical if you think it's so fucking great.
It's pretty simple. Joseph has a bunch of brothers, and his dad, Jacob. Jacob likes Joseph the best, which is just a natural thing that's how it should be.
I mean, when one of your wives is your favorite wife, their child is going to be your favorite child as well.
Exactly. Like when you have 12 wives and each one of them you have one child with, your favorite wife is going to have your favorite child.
That's what the Mormons figured out early on, and we're just kind of learning now.
Yeah. So Joseph, of course, gets an amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, and he can also just tell people's dreams, unrelated to the Dreamcoat. The Dreamcoat is just kind of a thing that he wears, but
now,
he can. I
need context here, because if there's a Dreamcoat, is it just a nice coat, or did it only become the Dreamcoat because he was the dream teller?
Chicken
and the egg question, Andrew.
I think it's a really nice coat, but the reason it's called the Dreamcoat is because, much like Freddy Krueger, Joseph is the Dream Master.
Yes, I want someone to Photoshop Donny Osmond's face over Freddy Krueger. Please do this.
Yeah. So his brothers hate him because he can tell the future by interpreting dreams, and also he's the favorite, and also he has a really nice coat, and honestly there's just a lot of reasons to hate this guy. He has like a hype woman that follows him around. I mean, there is a numerous amount of reasons to hate Joseph.
So they throw him down a well.
They throw him down a well, but also they sell him to slavers.
Yeah. And what happens when he gets into slavery? Elaborate there. Come on.
So when he gets into slavery, he's working for a millionaire like Elon Musk type.
He works for Elon Musk, and Grimes tries to fuck him.
Grimes tries to fuck him because Grimes does not love Elon Musk and never has. And I mean, I feel like that's realistic. I feel like no one has ever loved Elon Musk, not even his own parents. So, of course, Elon Musk finds out that Joseph is having sex with Grimes and is like, get the fuck out of here.
Well,
You're going straight to prison.
He doesn't really have sex with Grimes, as we're calling her now, which is Potiphar's wife. He is caught in a compromising position with her because he doesn't believe in free love. He states it outright.
He does not believe in free love.
60s phrase I've ever heard.
Well, I mean, a lot of this show is like, it's styled like it's the 60s, but also styled like it's the 50s, but also styled like it's reggae. So, you know, it's very anachronistic.
It's styled to whatever Tim Rice and Andrew Lloyd Webber felt like writing that morning.
Yeah. So Joseph goes to jail, and in jail he tells a butler that he's gonna go free because of his dreams, and tells a baker that he's gonna fucking die because of his dream. And then everyone comes out and sings about how great Joseph is and that he's gonna go.
It's funny because it's just such an upbeat song right after we find out that the baker's gonna get murdered.
We never see the baker again because we can only assume that he did get murdered.
The baker's dead.
Yeah.
And then the guy that... I mean,
it's true. No one likes the baker.
I mean, if you're a baker in a musical, you're either going to get cheated on or die.
Or both.
Oh, yeah. If you're lucky, both.
And then Act 2 comes around, and this is where it gets really...
Bold of you to call it Act 2, because this is a one-act show, Andrew. It started as a 35-minute show written for children, and they expanded it to an hour 40 plus a megaminutes.
Okay, well, it's Act 2. And this is where it gets really good, because the Pharaoh comes out, and the Pharaoh is Elvis.
Just literally Elvis.
That's hilarious. It's like Vegas. Why does it look like Vegas?
Yeah, to quote Doug Walker, why does it look like Vegas?
So, you know, the Pharaoh's like, yo, I had this dream. I hear you can tell dreams. I don't know where he heard this from.
He heard it from the guy that he said was, I only remember this because he's like, I'm having these dreams. And he asked his first hand who he said that Pharaoh is going to forgive him. Remember the one that he said was going to live. And he's like, I know a guy. I know a guy in jail that could tell dreams. And he's like, go get him.
Okay. Yeah. So Joseph gets called, and Joseph is like, there's going to be a huge famine. It's going to suck. You're going to have to find somebody who's like awesome and sick and super cool to like get you through the famine. And like, I'm awesome and sick and super cool. Just ask my hype woman. And so the Pharaoh's like, all right, yeah.
And then he just stops existing after that.
He just stops existing for the rest of the show. And then Joseph is like, he's got a big like golden chariot, and his brothers are like, we're all starving to death because there's a famine and Joseph's not helping us. We're gonna go plead to Joseph, which they don't know that it's their brother right now.
Yeah,
because you know they threw the brother down a well and sold him into slavery, so they probably assume he's dead. So then they go and they plead, like, give us food, like, for real, that'd be sick.
And he does.
And he does, but then they steal from him.
No.
Sort
Joseph makes it look like Benjamin stole from him. He snuck one of his chalices into his bag, and then they all defend Benjamin because I guess they liked Benjamin more than they liked Joseph, and they defend him with a reggae number because that makes sense.
Excellent reggae number to show how much they have changed. And then Joseph is like, awesome, sweet, very cool. The show is over.
Give me my colored coat, and then the show wraps.
Yeah, and then the show's like, done, we're done. He gets his colored coat back.
How do you do with that summary, Joseph?
Very good.
Can you confirm or deny you were named after the show, right? Like your parents were like, you know what? This show is just too perfect. We got to name our child this.
I honestly have no idea, but it's possible.
It's not impossible, so I'm going to say it's 100% a fact. All right, so Andrew, let's talk about the stylistic choices of this musical. Like, if you could compare it to tone and any other musical we've ever covered, what would you compare it to?
Tone? This is a really hard one because this is like tonally absolutely all the fuck over the place. I guess it's comparable to something like Starlight Express in that it's like goofy beyond belief and like terrible. But in a good way though. This one does it right.
Cuz it's short.
Everywhere that Starlight Express fails, this like flying colors, Technicolors, amazing Dreamcoats.
Like this is Andrew Lloyd Webber's first foray into theater ever. Like this was the
and
first
best.
thing I mean, we do have to do our tier list eventually at the end of this. But yeah, I don't believe you.
I don't know how to say this other than that I just really enjoy watching this show and it really doesn't get old.
I mean, it does slow down. Like, I'd almost prefer it if it was like just an hour long. I feel like hour 40 is too long.
If it ended on Go-Go Joseph and then he just dies in prison, I think that would be perfect.
Well, I'm saying after we see the brothers, like, they drop Manuel, we don't need to cut back to the brothers again. We don't need to see those Canaan days. We don't need to see, like, there's one more angel in heaven.
Well, that one's funny, though, because they just go into a Western song for no reason.
I mean, no.
That's one of the best qualities of the show, is that they have, like, a Western number, a go-go song, an Elvis song, a reggae song. Like, it's just... like any random music style that Webber was like, I'm gonna try writing one of these today, and it's just it made it into the show. Here it is.
The thing is, it's not the parts do not equal. It's like a puzzle piece from 50 different puzzles, and you expect it to look pretty, but it doesn't.
That's the best part, though, you know? It's like, you know, I haven't seen any other versions of it because I refuse to, but the Donny Osmond one just works so well. It really just works.
I have watched 3 versions today, so maybe I'm just wore out on Joseph, as far as I'm concerned.
Why would you watch any other versions?
Because I want a full context of this show, because I feel like people are putting effort into us. Joseph's paying us to do this every week, Andrew. I need to put some
Joseph,
effort into it.
What is your favorite version of Joseph, Joseph?
Joseph?
I'm going to say the most recent production that was in London last year.
All right, what did they do differently there? What made that one so good?
What did they do that was so good?
Like, they really streamlined the number of children, and it just really adds to the fact that she's telling the story to them.
So there's more children on stage?
You thought Andrew would like that?
You know, it's like 8 in other productions. It's like 20, and they just have no purpose.
Okay, so what purpose did they add for the children in this one? Like, just more of them?
I think we might be misinterpreting. I think he's saying that there's less children.
Oh, great. I'd love less children.
Am I wrong there?
But they're given more to do.
Ah, okay, so they're, like, moving props and, like, more than just a chorus.
Yeah, like, they also play a lot of the minor parts.
Oh, so they put them into, like, parts, like, where they have a child playing Potiphar's wife and Elvis?
Oh no.
Not Elvis.
The
You have
narrator
to have
plays Potiphar's wife.
Gotcha.
The narrator character is the weirdest part of the entire show for me.
Okay, elaborate.
She's just kind of, like, there, and every single thing Joseph does, she's just kind of like, Joseph is like the smartest and coolest guy I've ever seen in my life. You know, like you kind of get the vibe that she, you know, has a crush on Joseph and kind of just.
What would you do if I told you it was written for a man?
I don't think it would change much. I think that he would just have a crush on Joseph.
Okay. Because it was written for a male actor originally, and only more recent productions like have changed it to a female for like Maria Friedman in the movie and many others. I like it better as a woman. I think vocally it's more impressive when a woman's in the role. Like, so this morning I watched the 37-minute like version of Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. I believe you sent it to me, Joseph.
Yeah.
And I like that better. Honestly, that's my shit. It was a lot of fun.
So what is in there that they didn't have? Like what got removed or not removed but added in the longer one, I suppose.
So most songs that you're like, man, that this is a time. They didn't exist.
So like which ones?
So the Benjamin Calypso was not there.
I like that one. That one's funny.
It's a little racist.
A little bit, yeah, but it's funny. Not because it's racist, but because it's just a random reggae song.
It's so Elvis is more directly just Elvis. He's not like Elvis by way of like the Egyptian style. It just is literally a 1-to-1 Elvis.
So Pharaoh is Elvis. Okay.
Yes. And also Joseph is in the well by like minute 5.
See,
so they cut out
does
the
that mean
children.
Did they cut the Joseph Coat song then?
No, it's just much shorter.
Wow, that kind of sucks. That song's great.
That's basically the opening number. It's like way, way, way. They start with like way, way back many century ago, not long after, and every song is like 5 times as fast. like it is impossible to decipher it. It looks like it's shot on the shittiest stage you've ever seen, and that's saying a lot considering what we get in the Donny Osmond film.
Which is a very strange-looking stage, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's just very much like style over substance. And so after they throw him into the well, we basically don't see the brothers again until the end. And oh yeah, it just ends after he becomes the second hand to Pharaoh, basically. Like there's
they don't do the brothers coming back and like he has to forgive them or anything?
Not really. Not really. Like
okay.
And also at the end they just pull up a car and then him and Jacob ride off into the sunset. Like a literal car.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't sound nearly as good.
I had a lot of fun watching it. I will say it was a lot of fun. I love Andrew Lloyd Webber, who despises any production that isn't the original one that he and Tim Rice did, because he's like, no one was as good an Elvis as Tim Rice was. Anyone that did it afterwards is doing a worse version. And just seeing like how little care he gives to Joseph in his memoirs, where he's like, it was a silly thing we were hired to do, and then when Jesus Christ Superstar became a success, they asked us to expand it, and then somehow that became a hit too. I am just as shocked as you guys.
Weber admitting that one of his shows isn't good seems really bizarre to me.
It's just like it was a paid job at the end of the day. It was for a children's choir, and it only got popular because Superstar was popular, and this is kind of adjacent to it.
So, biblical accuracy. What's better, this or Superstar?
I think this, just because they don't cut the weirder stuff.
I want to say, as far as like the Bible canon shows go, I think this one is one of the most accurate.
I'm going to disagree. I think Children of Eden is the most accurate.
Well, I said one of the most. I think Children of Eden is probably the most accurate.
Yeah, I feel like we were a little too hard on that one when we covered that one. I've grown to really like that show.
I honestly don't remember anything about that show.
I remember it basically being a 1-to-1 with like the biblical story. And the problem with Joseph, well, not the problem, a feature of Joseph is they basically just tell you the story. They don't really worry about character development. These are like pawns to tell this biblical story accurately, quickly, and with a few jokes.
Yeah. Honestly, I think Jesus Christ Superstar is like close to like sacrilege type stuff. Like I'm pretty sure whoever wrote that didn't like the Jesus story very much.
Or they just had more respect for Judas, because that was Tim Rice's baby. He was really like, I'm in love with Judas as a character. If I was an artist, I want to tell that story.
Yeah, and if you look at like Godspell, that one's more just like they're telling you messages and stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas this is like they just tell you the Joseph story just straight.
What would be the message of Joseph in the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat if you could walk out with one?
Fuck if I know. Like, are you serious? I guess don't sell your brother into slavery, and if you do, forgive him. What do you take from this? If you can read people's dreams, you're gonna get rich.
It's like the baby from Popeye.
There's no character development, but like for Joseph at all. Like he starts out where he's like, I'm awesome and my dad loves me and I'm sick. And then he's like, oh man, the Pharaoh loves me too. And my dad still loves me. And now my brothers like me too. Sick.
Potiphar liked him until, his wife tried to bang him.
Potiphar forgave him. Headcanon.
That's your headcanon?
Potiphar, I think that experience made him realize that he's a cuck.
Yeah, and he liked it. He liked hearing about it.
Yeah, I think he's into it, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Joseph, you got any notes on that?
Not really. It's just a silly fun show.
You know what? At the end of the day, you're kind of right, Joseph. Really, we're overthinking this.
We should see what other people have to think about this.
You know what? That's a good point, Andrew. It's time to compare our opinions to those of the Insaney Pants people over on Letterboxd.com. It's time for previews.
It's time for previews. It's time for previews.
For those of you just listening for the first time, because every episode's someone's first episode of Musicals with Cheese, this is a game where you pull up random reviews on Letterboxd, and they are either a 1-star or a 5-star. There is no in between. It is either one or the other. So, are you ready, Joseph?
Yes.
All right, Bree, take it away.
All right, our first one is... Ooh, there's so many good ones here today. We'll start off at the top. Joseph, Benjamin, Asher, and Judah are the gay sons. Is that a 1-star or a 5-star?
I'm going to go 1.
That was a 5.
Oh.
I would have gone 1
guessed,
too.
I would have guessed 5. I'm just built different.
All right, Andrew, if you're built so different, you ready for this?
Always ready.
All right, here it is. I did not know they can make a Bible story so gay. And there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 pride flags.
5 stars.
That is a 1-star. Now built different are you, motherfucker?
I'm still built different. Anyone else would have gotten that one right.
All right, Joseph, you ready?
Yes.
Okay, this one is a little Donny Osmond flair.
5 stars.
That again was a 1-star. Not sure why. I would have
Because
went
it's
with
a
5.
Book of Mormon reference.
I get that it's a Book of Mormon reference, but why is it a 1-star?
I don't know.
I don't know.
All right.
There was too much Donny Osmond flair for their taste.
All right. You ready, Andrew?
I'm ready.
Full review. Nothing changed. Titties.
5 stars.
That is correct. You get the first point.
Woo! I'm on the board, baby.
You're on the board.
All right. We got this, Joseph. We're going to get on the board right now. All right. Don't at me, but I think I want to fuck Donny Osmond.
5 stars.
We're on the board.
Yeah. All right, Andrew. We got to get back. We got to get this.
Let's do it up. What do you
If
got?
a musical doesn't feel like it was written while on drugs, is it really a musical?
5 stars.
That is correct.
I'm in there.
All right. This one says, this is simultaneously the worst and best thing I've ever seen in my fucking life. Life is all capitalized. Holy balls, I am screaming.
1 star.
That's correct.
Yes. I was impressed by that one. I would have given that one a 5. All right, Andrew.
All right.
This new Elvis biopic looks pretty good.
5 stars.
Correct.
Ooh, I'm just getting them.
You're built different.
Just built different.
You're built for the insane folks at Letterboxd.
I am one of them. My brain has become melted.
Okay. Seriously thought it was Bill Hader until halfway through.
1 star.
Correct.
Wow.
He's built different too, Andrew.
Oh my god, we're all built different. Just
All
that's
right.
the point. We're all built different.
You ready, Andrew?
I'm ready.
Was more nearly nudity than I expected in a children's musical.
1 star.
Correct. All right, I think we need to go one more time around, then we're going to wrap this up.
Okay.
All right. I've got to find a good one here. TLDR : hot lesbian tells the story of Joseph of Egypt.
It's not incorrect.
5-star.
That's correct. What does TLDR
Too
stand
long
for?
didn't read.
Too long didn't read. Thank you.
All right, Andrew. We can take this here.
Okay, let's take it.
W. Jacqueline.
What?
As if to imply they watched it with Jacqueline.
Or Win Jacqueline.
Jacqueline.
Win Jacqueline with Jacqueline.
Okay, so
Jacqueline
if
was
they-
involved.
They watched it with a girl. 5
Hmm.
stars.
You somehow got it, Andrew. You won today.
I got it? Wait, that was actually a 5-star?
That was actually a 5-star. Jacqueline was the decider vote here.
I feel like I really accomplished something here.
I agree. I think you did too. Accomplished nothing. But hey, how about we go into a mid-show and talk about Patreon, Andrew?
I'm down. Today's show is brought to you by the extremely kind donations by our donors at Patreon. Bree, why don't you tell them a little bit about Patreon, and then I'll read all of our current patrons.
Yeah. Patreon is this awesome place where you can get exclusive content, videos of what we're recording right now. What are you guys watching right now on Patreon? Do you know? I don't know.
I don't either. I think I saw that they watched Tangled or something. They're probably watching Glee, honestly.
Do you want to watch Glee with Jesse? You sure do. Come on over to Patreon.
Oh boy, our current patrons are Melissa Goldman, Leighton Eccles, Danielle Renix, Jess the Stampede, Ewan Cassidy, Monica Thoreau, Mina Maneri, Brent Black, Nathaniel Stacy Coombe, Joseph Evans Green, Harry Ahern, Mary Lou Choquette, John Vanels, Russ Walker, Musical Hell, Emily Gracie, Kyle Summers, Janae C, Scoot in the Technicolor Dreamcoat, that's relevant, Liz Lim, Allison Stuller, Nothing is Certain Except Beth in Texas, Thesbian, Ren Cullen, Rafael Martinez Serlaz, Jessica T, Mitchell Young, Shy Teacup, Katie McDonough, Timothy Keys, Chris Marcotte, Mimu, Kiji Marie Anastasio, Leela, RJ Noriga, Super Antelope, Charlie B, Patrick Deering, Avery Brinson, Bjorn Hermans, Lily's Hazel Eyes, Erica S, Toriana Frazier, Sammy the Most Lopez, Leanna Morton, Angela, Kylie Blazier, Birdman69, Cinemageddon Reviews, Villainous Miss, Sophina Ali, The Omega Geek, Katrin Evans, Paige Pearson, Maddie Wargel, Alana Resnick, Eliza Erdman, Anna Loskatova, and Cheska Virai.
They give us a little extra financial support that helps us keep the lights on here at Musicals with Cheese. If you would like to join them in supporting us and get tons of fun perks, such as Patreon-only commentaries, our episodes a day early or even earlier, a chance to guest on the show like Joseph Evan Green gets to do right here, right now, and a bunch of other crap. How do you like Patreon, Joseph?
Very nice.
Put that on the poster.
Very nice.
I just want the OK symbol next to it, like, very nice.
Very nice.
Just like just like this girl. She's saying very nice. Yeah, she likes it.
She likes it with the rainbow cardigan.
Gotta have that rainbow cardigan. All right, guys, let's get back to the show. So Any Dream Will Do is the first real song in the show. It's where Joseph basically sets up a thesis for like the journey he's about to go on to these children.
I closed my eyes, drew back the curtain to see for certain what I thought I knew. Far, far away, someone was weeping, but the world was sleeping. Any dream will do.
Yeah.
And
This is a very interesting way to set up the story, in that it's actually just a story being told to children at like Sunday school or something.
As far as the movie is concerned, yes. In the stage show, it's just like children are there and the story's being told to the audience.
Yeah, and there's children, so I guess we're also part of the children.
I really like the call and response kind of side of this. It really does feel cutesy. I get why this is like the one big hit from this outside of Go 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 Joseph, because it is like a nursery rhyme, like I wore my coat with silver lining. Like it feels very effective as far as what they were aiming to do, which is a children's show. I'm trying to be nice here. I really, really am.
You're really trying. Yeah, the show doesn't get good until the coat song.
I mean, that might be some of the best lyrics ever written for a Broadway show is the coat song.
Blue and yellow and green and orange and purple and I don't know what other colors.
What? You don't know all the colors, Andrew?
Do you know all the colors?
I mean, who doesn't know all the colors, Andrew?
Well, then go ahead and sing it. Show us what you got.
Hold on one second. I will.
Oh, he's gonna Google search it. You motherfucker.
I would never do such a thing like that, Andrew. How dare you assume I would do anything like that?
You would absolutely do it.
I would not do anything of the
Joseph
sort.
could sing every single color right now off the top of his head.
It was red and yellow and green and brown and scarlet and black
You
and
looked
ochre
it
and
up.
peach and ruby and olive and violet and fawn and lilac and gold and chocolate and mauve and cream and crimson and silver and rose and azure and lemon and russet and gray and purple and white and pink and orange and red and yellow and green and brown and you got it. It goes on forever till we die. But it ends with blue, which is the most important thing.
blue, 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 blue.
One of the most unintentionally funny, or maybe it is intentionally funny, is when the narrator is listing these songs, she's the only one that says the ands. So the entire chorus will be like, red, yellow, and she's like, and red, and yellow, and green. It just sounds actively hilarious whenever it's done. What?
Why not just have everyone say it?
I don't know. It is a specific choice that everyone else says the colors and the narrator says the ands.
And
Red,
and
yellow,
and
green,
and
brown,
and
scarlet,
and
black,
and
ochre,
and
peach,
and
ruby.
and
Okay, we gotta stop this. I know you would let that go on forever. Your Tim and Eric brain would just let that happen.
you know what? Everyone would have thought it was funny too.
No, they wouldn't have.
Everyone was laughing. You got the whole squad laughing about that.
I do want to say, like, this starts in a very specific time, like way, way back many centuries ago, not long after the Bible began. Can you put that on a timeline for me, Andrew?
Yeah, you have like the year, well, I mean, how old do the Bible? They think it's 6,000. So you have like 4,000 BC, which is when the Bible, like the Earth was formed.
Yeah,
And then
that's legitimate.
so-
That's science.
Yeah, so then it'd probably be like 3,800 BC.
Okay. All right, you were able to give me an answer. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's pretty close to accurate.
You see, I think the first third of this, up to when they throw him into a well, I like that a lot. It's goofy fun. As soon as we cut to that, and we got like a lot of time with the brothers, and it kind of meanders.
You don't like One More Angel in Heaven? I mean, come on.
No, I don't.
It's just a cowboy song for no reason. It's like we're suddenly in Oklahoma, you know?
There's one more angel in heaven. There's one more star in the sky. Joseph will never forget you. It's tough, but we're gonna get by. There's one less place at our table. There's one more tear in my eye.
The thing is, if you look at the lyrics, there's not much to it, but we have a 58-minute dance break in the middle.
It's longer than the actual show. It's crazy that somehow this one song is longer than the whole show.
I will say this one song feels like an eternity, and the only thing that ever tops it is those Caden days.
No one comes to dinner now. We'd only eat them anyhow. I even find I'm missing Joseph's dreams. Those Canaan days we used to know. Where have they gone? Where did they go? Again, raise your raise to those Canaan days.
Are you going to defend it, Andrew?
No, I mean, I'm not going to defend it from those Canaan days. Like, that song's awful. But like, I don't know. I kind of still like it. I think the whole show is just ridiculous, and the fact that it keeps changing to weird genres for no reason is wild.
If you had, okay, fuck, marry, kill. Benjamin Calypso, Those Canaan Days, and One More Angel in Heaven.
Kill Those Canaan Days. Marry One More Angel in Heaven, and and fuck Benjamin Calypso.
Okay, fair enough. Joseph, what's your favorite song in Joseph's Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat?
I'm a very strong fan of Go 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 Joseph.
Oh, I see that. That is the one big hit of it. And it works.
It
it's
is
a lot
the
of
best
fun.
song in the show. It is the best song in the show.
It's
Jess will deny it for some reason, but it is true that is the best song in the show.
I understand that it is the best song on the show as far as pop culture and overall quality and fun of the show. I prefer Close Every Door because I like a good old ballad.
It's not even a good ballad though.
Would you got like the kids going la 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 la, and he's like singing, and Donny Osmond actually gets to show his vocal range.
Straight up, Go 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 Joseph is fucking hilarious.
What makes it
I
so
absolutely
funny?
love they tell the story of the butler and the baker. It's like a contained story in
Yeah.
one song, you know? And it's like the butler comes up and he's like, you know, the pharaoh drinks from my wine in my dream, haha. And Joseph's like, bro, you're sick, you're so cool, you're gonna be a butler again, it's gonna be great. And the baker's like, yo, can I get like the same thing? Like these birds eat all my bread in my dream. And Joseph's like, bro, you're fucking dead, LMAO. And then everyone comes out and it's like, go, 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 Joseph, we'll make it someday.
I love, like, he's like, hey, you can feel free to ignore what I say, what do I know? But I've never been wrong before. Go, go,
I've
go,
never been
Joseph!
wrong.
Da, 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 da. And
It's
the
like,
Baker's reacting as if that information was delivered to him. The actor in the film especially is like really playing that information.
like I'm dead, I'm going to be executed.
My days are numbered.
And then all the go-go dancers come out and escort him to the gallows.
Please, can we just cut to him while Pharaoh's Elvis number is going on? And we just see him getting beheaded.
And Joseph actually has the ability to stop it at this point because he has the power and he just chooses not to because he doesn't want his dream to be incorrect.
Well, yeah, you can't just uncorrect a dream.
Okay, so then we have the Poor Poor Pharaoh song or the Song of the King. Which one?
The Song of the King. Come on, that's the one you want. Where the king describes his dream. And the king
Yeah.
is literally Elvis. Literally Elvis.
Well, I was wandering along the double banks of the river when the 7 fat cows came out of the Nile. Oh, yeah. And right behind these fine, healthy animals came 7 other cows that were skinny and vile. Oh, yeah. And then the thin cows ate the fat cows, which I thought were doing good. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so this song is why?
I mean, it is plot relevant.
It's so bizarre. Why is the Pharaoh Elvis? I don't get it.
Because he's the king and Elvis was big at the time. Big in both ways. Yeah,
Because
Andrew.
it's fun. It is funny. I'm not denying it. I'm not even saying they should change it. I just am trying to figure out why they made this choice, and I can't.
I think it's like, wouldn't it be really cute to see a little kid dress up as Elvis and sing this song?
But it's a grown man.
Well, now it is, but think about them writing this for children, and
That is something I don't consider. Like, all of these songs were made for children to sing. At least
Yes.
a lot of them were.
all of them, basically.
So that is something.
So you got to kind of contextualize this as the 15 to 30-minute original piece of art that they were creating specifically for little children to perform at their school assembly.
So the Song of the King is maybe the last good song until we get to Benjamin Calypso.
I like the grovel grovel moment.
I think the grovel grovel moment is funny because the narrator, which is just Joseph's hype man, is also just like, grovel. Yeah, grovel before Joseph. He's so fucking good and cool.
Grovel, grovel, blah, 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 blah. Grovel, grovel, la da da da.
Honestly, the Benjamin Calypso thing,
It's so
It's
bad,
definitely a
Andrew. You
little
can't
racist.
defend this.
I can't defend it, but I can say I was laughing a lot while they did it.
Yes, you were. I remember.
I do not understand. I wish Webber defended this because I think it'd be very funny to hear him try to like be like, well, actually, if you think about it, it works really well there biblically. But apparently he can't. He doesn't even defend this show, so I guess it's not that funny.
I mean, he still makes money on it. He's still planning to do another film adaptation, like produced by Elton John.
Oh, is Elton John gonna be the Pharaoh? That'd be sick.
That would be really sick. That would be cool. It's gonna be like in what you call it, Romeo and Juliet style, animated.
Oh, I mean that's not that bad. I would really like a version of Jesus Christ Superstar where Elton John is the oh my goodness, I can't remember his name, but the guy
Pharaoh.
that I like.
The Pharaoh.
Yeah, is it not the Pharaoh? Jesus Christ Superstar?
Oh, Herod.
Herod, yeah, King Herod, but it's Elton John. Imagine that.
Yeah, he like wouldn't get up from his piano though. Like he just played the song. I mean, he's
Yeah, but
better
it'd be good.
choice than Al. Oh, what was it? Alex Cooper.
Alice Cooper. Yeah, Alice Cooper only really works in the sense that he can do like an evil voice, but I don't think that's the good part of that song.
No, it's you're supposed to laugh, and it's a little bit of levity before it gets really dark for the rest of the story.
Yeah. All right. I mean, is there even another song to cover?
The Joseph Mega Mix. Excuse me, motherfucker. Where they didn't have enough
right.
show to wrap it up, so they just sang every song again, but slightly faster.
Yeah, they do this. I guess, I mean, you can't.
Yes, Andrew. Shame.
I'm a fucking work of art. Can work the coat of many colors.
This isn't a proper we're too loopy at this point to like actually have any good critique here, but it is just the entire show at fast motion so that they could make it a full-length musical. They do the same thing for the musical 6, but it's slightly better there.
Yeah, I don't like the Mega Mix. I'm gonna be honest, but
You just got to be in the room for it.
it's like a vibe.
Do they come
It's a vibe.
and make you dance, like force you to dance, grab you by the arm and say, "Dance, monkeys, dance"?
Yeah,
I'd be into it.
everyone rushes the stage and
What were we at that they started rushing? Oh, it was Broadway Con at the Lightning Thief panel. As soon as they wrapped up, everyone started rushing the stage. It was great. That's what they should do at every performance of Joseph. Everyone starts rushing the stage as soon as the Mega Mix starts. Mosh pits.
oh, can you imagine a mosh pit at a Broadway show? That'd be so sick.
Specifically Joseph in the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
I don't think there's anything more to say about Joseph in the Technicolor Dream.
What was that, Joseph? You sounded like you had something to say.
I'd pay good money to sit in the mosh pit for Joseph.
I feel like that'd be the bloody one. Like, what colors are my skin? It is red and yellow and green and brown because I got the shit beat out of me. I'll have like the bruises of every color. On that note, what is everyone's overall thoughts on Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat and their cheese rating? Andrew, why don't you go first?
Yeah, so Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat is, I think, a so bad it's good musical. It is, by any actual metric, absolutely awful. But it is the most fun thing to watch on all of Broadway history. So
Are you shitting me?
as far as as far as cheese rating goes, I have to give it the cheesiest cheese in the world, you know, which I think is just mozzarella, maybe a mozzarella cheese.
A mozzarella, just the cheesiest cheese you can think of.
I think so. I mean, it's that or cheddar, but I'm trying to stay away from cheddar in this new generation
In
of,
our new
episodes.
in our new world.
So I'm staying away from cheddar. I'm going to give it a mozzarella, which is the cheesiest cheese I can think of.
You know what? That's fair. Joseph, are you there that you can maybe give us your cheese rating and your overall thoughts?
It's the greatest show ever written.
Oh, same review as Andrew. Fair enough. And what cheese do you want to give it, Joseph?
Cheese that's been buried in an ancient Egyptian tomb.
Hell yeah. That's metal as fuck.
Aged cheese. That sounds good.
That's as aged as you can get with cheese. Brie, what did you think of our discussion and your cheese rating of that?
I loved it. I always love our Patreon episodes and having guests on the show. Like, this was so much fun. But you know what? Andrew said he liked this, so I feel like I definitely have to go watch it. And I looked it up, I Googled it, and I saw that beautiful rainbow coat. So the only cheese I can give it would be another grilled cheese,
Oh, no.
but a rainbow grilled cheese. And this is a thing. Do you want me to show you a picture?
Yes, please.
Can you see this?
Look at them babies.
Look at this. This looks like a TikTok trend. It looks amazing.
That looks weird. What type of cheese is that? Is it just dyed?
I think it's just food
Yeah.
coloring cheese.
Yeah, I do think it's just food coloring, but it looks delicious. Oh yeah, look.
Oh my god, I'm gonna throw up.
Rude. Okay, I'm done sharing. That's my cheese rating this week.
Hell yeah, great job, Brie. My cheese rating is I don't like Joseph. It's not my thing. I don't think I'll ever be able to be won over to it. I get that it's cheese. I get that it's camp. God bless you guys if you love it, and I respect the hell out of you guys, but I don't think it's for me. So the only cheese I can give it is homemade cultured soft cheese, which is also known as dream cheese.
Okay.
Andrew, can I borrow your eyes for a second? We have a tier list that we've done for all of our Andrew Lloyd Webber shows, and I was gonna have you take a look because you've already placed Joseph previously. I want to make sure if our tier list still lives up.
Yeah, I think it's still accurate. We got Joseph in A tier.
With
which is the
Evita and
highest
Jesus
tier.
Christ Superstar.
Yep.
Are you sure about that? You really want to stick with that?
I do want to stick with that. Joseph is incredibly fun, and it's just a light, easy, very funny watch.
I will say this is the highest of our Joseph Evans Green requests because the other two, By Jeeves and Starlight, are right there at the bottom.
Yeah, By Jeeves, honestly, I don't even know how that escaped D tier. I'm trying to remember.
I think
By Jeeves was pretty bad.
I think you had one joke you liked, so you put it in C.
Yeah, because Starlight and Love Never Dies are both irredeemable garbage.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, on, like, a technical, like, is it good actual quality musical level, it's probably down in C tier, but in the do I enjoy watching it, Joseph is definitely up in A tier.
You know what? Fair enough. Joseph, thank you for supporting us on Patreon for as long as you do. Thank you also for coming on. I know we had to rearrange our schedule a few times to make this work, and I'm glad we made this work. All right, guys. Thank you guys for listening. Please find us on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher at Musicals with Cheese. We're on Twitter at Cheesy Musicals, Patreon Musicals with Cheese, Instagram Musicals with Cheese, YouTube page Musicals with Cheese. We have a Patreon-only podcast called Patreon with Cheese. Shoot us an email over at musicaltheaterlives@gmail.com. Our keeper of the cheese is Juliet Antonio. The producer of the show is the wonderful, the incredible, I love her so much, Brianna Jones. Our theme songs were created by Robin Nash of IOU Music UK. Thank you to the Broadway Podcast Network for having us on the platform and for not kicking us off, for refusing to talk about the goat murder in Act 1. All right, guys. Is there anything else we got to say before we wrap this on up?
Go check out Joseph, especially with Donny Osmond. It's really good.
You might even say, go, 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 Joe. Go, 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 Joe.
Go, go, Joe. Go, 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 Joseph. You'll make it someday.
Go, 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 Joseph. You are really cool. Go, 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 Joseph. The show is now done.
Go, 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 song.
All right, we'll see you next time on Musicals with Cheese. Close every door to me. I'm trapped outside right now. Chill.